Welcome to the White Free Press Podcast. Today, an abridged version of Ku Klux Klan, Origins and Cultural Advocacy in Post-Civil War South. The Ku Klux Klan emerged in Pulaski, Tennessee, on December 24, 1865, as a fraternal organization founded by 6 Confederate veterans seeking to preserve their Southern heritage in the wake of the Civil War. The name, derived from the Greek kyklos meaning circle and the English Klan, reflects a deliberate choice to evoke unity and exclusivity. Initially a social club, the Klan transformed into a vehicle for advocacy, aiming to maintain cultural traditions against Reconstruction's transformative policies. Its early activities centered on camaraderie, but by 1867 it expanded into a broader movement with political objectives. The choice of theatrical titles like Grand Wizard and symbolic public displays underscored a strategy to assert influence outside conventional political channels. This essay examines the Klan's etymological roots, organizational structure, strategic public activism, and membership trajectory, highlighting its intent to protect Southern identity. The analysis reveals a calculated effort to unify like-minded individuals through ritualistic and visible means, resisting federal impositions while fostering a sense of cultural continuity. The Klan's rapid rise and subsequent suppression by 1871, followed by its dramatic resurgence in the 20th century, illustrate its enduring appeal among those committed to its vision. This exploration underscores the Klan's evolution from a localized fraternity to a national movement, driven by a commitment to preserve a specific cultural heritage through unconventional methods. Part 1. Etymological Foundations of the Ku Klux Klan. The name Ku Klux Klan, coined in 1865, originates from the Greek kyklos, meaning circle, combined with a variant of the English Klan. The term kyklos denotes a geometric or metaphorical circle, symbolizing unity or enclosure, while Klan implies a tight-knit group bound by shared ties. The founders, seeking a distinctive and memorable name, adapted kyklos into Ku Klux for phonetic appeal, with Klux serving as a fabricated alliterative element. John Kennedy proposed adding Klan to enhance the name's rhythm, evoking a sense of kinship among Southern veterans. This etymological choice was not arbitrary but strategic, aligning with the group's initial fraternal purpose to foster camaraderie. The name's structure, with its triple K alliteration, created a striking and mysterious identity, setting the Klan apart from mainstream organizations. Unlike conventional terms like captain or president, the name Ku Klux Klan reflected a deliberate departure from formal political nomenclature, emphasizing secrecy and cultural exclusivity. This linguistic creativity underscored the group's intent to form a cohesive circle dedicated to preserving Southern traditions. The absence of inherent meaning in Klux, paired with the evocative circle and Klan, highlights a crafted identity meant to resonate with those disillusioned by post-war changes. The name's construction facilitated the Klan's early appeal, enabling it to attract members who valued its symbolic representation of unity and heritage. Part 2. Hierarchical Structure and Theatrical Titles. In 1867, the Ku Klux Klan formalized its hierarchy through a prescript, establishing ranks to organize its growing membership. The structure included Grand Wizard as the national leader, followed by Grand Dragon for state-level oversight, Grand Titan for congressional districts, Grand Giant for counties, and Grand Cyclops for local dens, with Nighthawks and Ghouls as subordinate roles. These theatrical titles, inspired by fraternal orders like the Freemasons, were chosen to cultivate an aura of mystique and exclusivity. Rather than adopting conventional titles like President or Captain, the Klan used terms like Grand Wizard to distinguish itself as a secret of society, appealing to members' desire for a unique identity. This nomenclature reinforced the group's cultural mission to preserve Southern heritage by creating a sense of belonging distinct from Reconstruction's political framework. The titles facilitated internal cohesion, with each rank delineating clear responsibilities for coordinating advocacy efforts. The choice of esoteric names reflected a strategic rejection of mainstream political engagement, positioning the Klan as a countercultural movement. By adopting such titles, the Klan emphasized its commitment to a heritage rooted in pre-war Southern values, distancing itself from federal authority. This structure enabled rapid expansion, as local dens operated autonomously while aligning with national objectives. The theatricality of the titles underscored the Klan's reliance on symbolic gestures to assert influence, a tactic that proved effective in rallying supporters across the South. Part 3. Strategic Public Activism Through Symbolic Displays. By 1867, the Ku Klux Klan shifted from a social club to an activist organization, employing public rides on horseback as its primary method of advocacy. These nighttime displays, often involving disguises, were symbolic acts to promote Southern cultural heritage and resist Reconstruction policies. Unlike conventional political activism through city councils or legislative sessions, the Klan chose secretive rides to maintain anonymity and project strength. This approach resonated with Southern traditions of vigilante action and allowed the group to influence communities directly without engaging hostile federal or Republican-led systems. The rides, conducted by members in masks or costumes, served as visible demonstrations of unity, rallying supporters and asserting dominance. The Klan's strategy avoided formal political channels, which were perceived as controlled by Reconstruction authorities, in favor of grassroots efforts to preserve their vision of Southern identity. Expansion occurred through recruitment of former Confederate soldiers, leveraging personal networks to form dens across the South. By 1868, these public appearances had grown into coordinated efforts to advocate for pre-war social hierarchies. The Klan's intent was not to form a new army but to build a movement that influenced local politics and culture through symbolic presence. This strategy proved effective in mobilizing communities but drew federal attention, leading to crackdowns by 1871. The choice of public rides over traditional political discourse reflected a calculated effort to maintain secrecy while promoting their cultural objectives. Part 4. Membership Growth and Federal Suppression. The Ku Klux Klan's activism peaked from 1867 to 1870, driven by recruitment of Confederate veterans and sympathizers. By 1870, the group had thousands of members across the South, advocating for cultural preservation through public displays. Federal opposition culminated in the Enforcement Acts of 1870 to 1871 and the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, which targeted the Klan's activities for undermining Reconstruction policies, particularly black suffrage. These laws led to arrests and prosecutions, dismantling the organization by 1872. The Klan remained dormant until its revival in 1915, sparked by William Simmons in Georgia. This second Klan grew rapidly from 1920, reaching a peak membership of 3 to 5 million in 1923 to 1924, driven by professional recruitment and alignment with nativist sentiments. Unlike the first Klan's rapid rise and fall, the second Klan's ascent was gradual, peaking after sustained organizational efforts. Membership declined sharply after 1925 due to scandals and economic pressures, falling below 100,000 by 1930. Later spikes in the 1960s were minor, never matching the 1920s apex. The Klan's initial growth reflected its appeal to those seeking to preserve Southern identity, while its suppression underscored federal commitment to Reconstruction. The 20th century revival demonstrated the enduring resonance of its cultural advocacy, though internal weaknesses limited its longevity. Conclusion. From fraternal club to national movement for Southern cultural continuity. The Ku Klux Klan's history reveals a deliberate effort to preserve Southern cultural heritage through a crafted identity, hierarchical structure, and symbolic activism. Its name, rooted in Kiklos and Klan, symbolized unity and exclusivity, setting the stage for its evolution from a 1865 fraternal club to a movement by 1867. The adoption of theatrical titles like Grand Wizard fostered a unique identity, distancing the Klan from conventional political groups while reinforcing its cultural mission. Public rides on horseback, chosen over formal political engagement, allowed the Klan to assert influence anonymously, resonating with Southern traditions and mobilizing communities. The group's rapid growth by 1870, followed by federal suppression in 1871 to 1872, marked the end of its first phase, driven by opposition to its advocacy for pre-war social norms. The 1915 revival and peak membership of 3 to 5 million in 1923 to 1924 demonstrated the Klan's enduring appeal, adapting its cultural preservationist stance to new social contexts. Its decline by 1930 and later minor resurgences highlight the challenges of sustaining such a movement. The Klan strategy, rooted in secrecy and symbolic displays, effectively rallied supporters but invited federal intervention, underscoring the tension between cultural advocacy and legal authority. This history illustrates the Klan's commitment to a specific Southern identity, achieved through unconventional means that prioritized cultural continuity over political integration. Thank you for listening to this abridged version of Ku Klux Klan: Origins and Cultural Advocacy in Post-Civil War South. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment about other stories and insights into this organization. See you next time on the White Free Press Podcast.